spirit of brotherhood. Amen.
Nice to see you, Ron. Welcome back. Come again. I think tonight we're gonna eat dinner, and then let's do our business meeting, and then let's do the glasses, because the glasses are gonna be dirty. Is that all right with everyone? If it's not, oh well. I didn't bring any gloves. Okay, so for dinner. We'll start back there, go there, and come here. Oh, we should start with Ron.
Why?
Since he's a guest.
Yeah, because I don't cook anymore.
Alright, so we'll start with his, then we'll go there, then we'll go to the house.
Man, it takes so long.
We're in the middle of you. Where you go?
It's almost a tradition. He goes last anyway. That's what he always had to do.
What, we need some next time, Ron, you're guest.
Get right up here, baby.
Oh, yeah, I have to go. That's right. Line's not very long, doesn't take very long. Pretty quick.
Okay, so you only 6 months. No, you're here.
You're up here already?
Doug,
Our turn.
do you want Ron Underhill's new phone number?
Sure.
It's 554215. Okay? I saw him.
I see the back.
Come on, guys.
Jeff is not here.
You can eat if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
One in West Virginia, one in Bowling Green, Ohio, University, Christina.
Oh, okay.
That's where she works.
Okay.
She's got a job there. She works with the university.
Good for her.
She honors, some of the honors students, advisor and coordinator. Well, it's been a really hard one for her because every time you get something lined up and they get code or thing or something and all that junk, they thought it was pretty much over.
We've been juggling cars again because.
It's always a challenge this year.
I had to take Ryan. Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna take Ryan out to the morning for the rental car.
So are you ready to come out?
Actually, I dug stuff out.
Well, I sure did up beyond that accident.
I had to check to see, I don't know.
I don't remember.
It's not me, that one.
Why did it January get out of the way? Are you guys gonna host it again?
Anybody here needs to see a wedding in Texas or stuff going on?
Family.
retired, who's retired?
Yeah, hopefully, I told him today, March 19th,
When's your birthday?
next week, February 22nd, yeah.
When's the 23rd?
And next week, the week after.
Yeah. I'll only be 90.
You'll be 90?
Wow, Jesus.
Is that something? Joining his day. Get around.
They showed
Boy,
a
this
picture
year,
of
the old person I know.
the Jeeps, two Jeeps up on a rock. And I said,
Well, Ray Carr was over in that, so.
"Crap." I don't think that in my car.
There you go, sir.
Yep.
How would it look like? Old as, But we're lucky we're still.
Very far off.
Still able to wait.
Well, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Still do our own cooking.
Did you like the color?
Mike, I said, what are we gonna have for supper? I don't know. So now I have to figure out all of that.
Probably been doing that for 40 years already.
Boy,
We only been married 7. But they didn't want to send it one March.
Because I had forgotten that Linda was in Texas. And I said, it's kind of remind me. Every other month. I didn't text.
Sure, drive you home.
Watching the Great Mountain
We
Ranges.
don't let her drive.
Brother's
She's got
kids
a
had
short-term memory.
several weeks.
She'd get lost.
Couple weeks.
They were talking about, one
Titles anyway.
of our members is really short. And they were talking about,
Her, what she does most time is
I
read.
don't remember what year it was, but he said.
Oh, that means you still got the eyesight to do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, my legs probably way down. Yeah, I went to Grand Ledge and for several years, a group of us would get together every month. At Regina's house. Or more Italian kind of group, yeah. Anyway, of course, we had to stop for lunch. We're all getting really anxious now, because every time one of our birthdays comes up, we say, we've got to start getting together again soon.
Well, we do ours every other month, and usually at Christmas time, we go to Schur's in Montfort.
Oh, love that place, yeah.
If she can arrange it, this was, December, I think,
I
so.
didn't know it was a vintage chair, but I didn't know everything.
And some people, they're trying to remember the different names of the restaurant.
Yeah, wow, restaurant, Rotary trying to take it out.
Business, which was for the dealership, when I was growing up. It's beautiful.
Which place is this?
So we're gonna go,
One of
actually
those-
Friday.
Oh,
we'll look at it.
Check that out. It's great on Green River.
Where are these living at?
He bought a house over between Powell and Harbor Road over Ohio Road, I think,
Okay.
45 acres or something.
I think his wife doesn't live in this thing. I think she's been that for a while.
Yeah.
All right, you guys better come get seconds.
Give us a minute.
And she shut it down for 2 weeks because she just didn't have anyone else to do this. Cause I asked her yesterday, do you have to shut it down for something? No.
Nobody around, huh? What place is it like that?
In fact, nobody, no kids home anymore then, right? Just you and Jeannie?
well. Amanda's been.
Well, the casinos, getting your pocket the other day when you go
A
there.
little bit, not very much. Debbie came out, and she always does, I don't know why.
Thirty-seven in my garage.
Working on
I left the house tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? It's 41 when I went from the
Next week, I got an uncle that's in Conning and he's going to be at Sagan.
Fresh.
Or, yeah, I know. Never been there before.
Christina's in.
She gets a free night at Soaring Eagle or there.
How bad?
She takes her free night there.
Do you have an authorization code to enter this report? Because I know I
She
have
gets
to work on
$25
it.
in free play, and I guess gets $25 in free play, $25 in free dining. And a free room down, so can't can't go around there.
Huh?
Or if we stayed at Soaring Eagle,
What is it?
we just got the free room. The other extras were there. So I thought, well, let's go see our uncle Orion.
What's the next level
That
up?
hotel isn't that old. I mean, maybe 3.
Like an honors program?
Yeah, it's an honors program, she's the coordinator for it, and keeps them together and stuff. That's supposed to be taken all over different places and.
I mentioned going to the casino, the kids get mad, they get upset, you can't go there, it's a casino. Too much fire.
Or is that like finding positions that they may want to look into?
We're just kind of guiding them on what they, what direction they
You're down all last year.
Yeah, we do. Different. We went to the Rocco.
Well, I feel fortunate. Of course, all summer long, it wasn't too short,
But they suggested.
he knows every day not get it.
Your son vaccinated? We're really hurting right now.
Started this fall.
No, he's got 4 boys. One of them's had 1 vaccination. And nobody else has had it.
Your boyfriend just happened to be there too. So.
Oh,
You got it, like, when you go to that Sparks stand, or they gotta have your COVID vaccine card, everybody's gotta be masked, unless you're under 12, well, take the grandkids. My kids, I don't know why they won't get it, but
You can be doing it. You can do it. It starts like
we haven't got it.
10 or 11 o'clock at night. And
You already had one, you were pretty sick, way back.
I know yesterday was a year ago, I had my 2nd shot. February 19th or something. I don't know why I don't remember that date, but I did. Now
And they
we're
had no
going there,
problems like at nighttime,
you know,
or she couldn't be
and
there.
another shot.
Did you get your booster?
Oh, yeah, I've had everything. But
it's been pretty good so far.
I think it's been just about a year ago that.
No, she's been fine.
In March.
She's, when, for Kenneth babies and things like that, she's preferring to have somebody.
Booster every year,
Well, it's not
do a regular booster.
But it's just a little bit.
First that actually I've been-
Have somebody else.
That's something to work.
Sure she's, so now they go back to her.
She thinks this.
You okay?
We did.
You did that?
Oh, and she's still.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mainly she does,
what's
works at
matter of-
Prince
She's
and
coming
then
ready to go to the day of
self print.
down.
Pretty slow time. She does.
and where is she at?
Good for second.
Did she give up cake decorating?
reasonably well.
Pretty much.
I haven't been to a casino.
I think if you don't know a place to get you into,
I enjoy it more. That's it.
you know, if you don't know, like the cake decorating.
Yeah.
Better keepers going down by Battle Creek.
She did.
That's what happened down there. That's what
Has anxiety.
he said, we rode it before we walked.
along with their, he's got the.
nervous about whether she's in the right.
Well, one of these days, I'm just gonna say, Joanne, here's your sheriff, on the here's mine,
Percent at this point, that
and we won't tell the kids we're going.
this fellow's gonna be a girl. And she's what,
Yes.
not kept up with what.
Yeah, then it wasn't taking the name in the paper and everybody will know.
No,
Any grandchildren yet?
I don't win.
Grandpa told me not yet.
some of it is the jet and water rate with all the other stressors and things like that, and some of it is just that normal, this is something they could have done before stress. That
What's your makeup?
Hmm.
Where are you going?
I'm not,
Oh,
she's
geez.
going with a group, it's called Watching the Text.
It's a slippery dog.
Okay.
Washington DC tomorrow.
And the,
One of the
she's invited to go along, originally she wasn't
grandson's
going.
Chronicle, he's
When the plug was
Stayed out
full,
there, we've got a place
we
about
had 2020 on,
half,
at
3/4 mile.
least one person had to drop out, and her, I think it was her cousin's husband dropped out, and the cousin's still going.
Did you wanna have time?
She invited her, but she didn't wanna unload
We've got
them.
certain ones.
Yeah.
And she moved,
I don't know.
they, the trip is, I think, advertised as being, a lot of hiking and
The
walking.
Grand,
walking,
Gym they have there,
Up front, some
Have we got?
we got there at night,
maybe
the rain.
will be fog,
a little foggy, just like they were going.
Expectation is this.
Oh, okay.
I think the original.
So saw it that night.
Should be able to do
The next day we went back, saw everything again.
Okay.
Right,
That really impressed
There was a time when I could do that.
But I didn't go running, go seriously.
They're just.
Yeah, I used to work,
that's a push.
I used to walk from where I lived in downtown Lansing to John B. It was just about a mile.
They're all, well, they're all,
Yeah, that's been impressive. Been to, Vietnam and, all
Anyway,
those right
I
there.
did that for like half an hour. Well, but in high heels.
Yeah.
But that'd be a grand one, you thought sure well, was going to go on the back.
Look into that. Get my, Google Earth out and see how far that was. Well, it had to be more than a mile.
You remember that, you remember that little,
South
we remember those little signs that Daddy picked
When
up
I
on
was
the
on
chip?
Elegant at Sycamore.
Little signs that said,
Hotel for 5 days.
leave my plate alone, I'm not done yet.
Now,
They had them on the chip,
I looked it up.
she brought some back home.
a good
Because
month.
I used to pick up the dishes,
Yeah,
it
it's
took a
more,
lot.
but I'll have to look up on
The
Google
one that
Earth
did
now.
it.
It's a good cattle, get as much.
I could do
Oh, traffic got there.
4 miles an hour walking.
Well, that's one of the reasons for leaving it.
I haven't been able to.
That's 15 miles.
About 3 hours out.
I went too far.
When
Yep,
you-
went too far.
I can go faster, but that means a shift and run. I
Wife
don't
was
do
more
that
out
often
there.
because they're
26.
very body parts that I complain
Easy
to.
traffic, it's about
Yeah,
5
I've never been a runner,
They
and
move around.
when I've tried in later years,
Goes down,
They say women are not supposed to.
We were there, we were on a bus, so we didn't have to worry about that. Good God, my God, I'm not driving this.
unless you work yourself up like some of these Olympics. Okay, you get the muscle structure to support, yeah, okay. Well, there's my excuse.
There you go.
I can walk and walk and walk, but running, I can, if I
Have you
try
done
to
yet?
run to Oklahoma, mailbox and back, which is total of 400 feet round trip, I don't think you wanna be up to that.
Nothing like that.
Instigator.
Bowl together?
You throw the ball, I don't know about hold it.
We try.
Did I have to put a bumper,
You got a paper there, guys?
I got a lot of patience.
You wanna go in the morning?
Figure out how to put it into some kind of logical order. I'll be all set.
That's what's called a shredder.
I bowled, I had one here. It's called go by the month.
Sometimes I think that too.
Pretty good bowl.
I wish I could bowl
Set
just
aside some items.
half what your daughter did.
They were bowlers.
So they were bowlers.
The one guy
Trash, I figured.
They got scholarships on them, didn't
his son has had 300
Really?
they? Oh, they were good little bowlers.
Oh my gosh.
Besides that, there's a lot there looking.
Well, that'll take much.
I think that it's not that, or all you do is throw a ball and knock the pin down.
I think Ron Underhill's almost 90.
They had nice farmers harvest.
I think it is. Yes.
Oh, they were good
They had
little
about 4 or 5 pounds of it.
One of the guys was telling me,
That gotta be pretty close.
one of the guys told me on the league that he got a 12-year-old son that bowled 300. I haven't even got anywhere near one. All year.
Did he go up here and make it a ceremony?
They're gonna do anything with your things.
There you go.
Always been around
First
here.
time I've been in, a long time, I've been in a grocery store.
Oh.
Where they carried my groceries to the car.
Oh, yeah, we still do that. I'm glad they did it. Sometimes they don't even do that right.
No, but they did, and I said, oh my goodness, I've never seen one this go long.
Now you can also order online, we have an online service that we will go shop for you too, and then you can drive up, we
Yeah,
have
that's right.
several
I
people
seen
that.
that.
Respect.
That was in this the other, yeah.
You said
We
it
have
was
several
last
that
year.
are not mobile anymore that still shop for us. They had a rough time. Now it's just one with them. Every single Saturday, she's on here for her, she's ordered it online. They go in sometimes. I got it before too. Yeah, I mean, I'll
I would
get
go
it
for
when
golf.
I'm back.
You don't like it. Well, like dog.
Talking about going out to Daryl.
That's about
That's pretty
I
hard.
still have gas cards for Robert's District Element, and I finished that up in 2013. They're gas stations that I don't happen to go to because
I was
they
never even
never
good at
There's nothing
ping-pong.
wrong with those stations.
We'll get down,
I
down
got
around.
people, one of the District Element people would give me gas cards. Oh, yeah. As a thank you for coming, type of thing. Well, if I don't have to go to that gas station, I also have some of those cards. Because they wrote down the way they felt it and what they were, who gave it to me and when.
Well, I
That's what I do with everyone anyway, so I can pipe or whatever.
Let's give it something away.
Well, they were good cook.
Didn't like a lot of it.
Oh,
goes around for that.
Lights on.
Oh, I must.
more cough. Oh, yeah. Of course, the weather outside, I don't know. That's my doctor. How come I got
Okay,
this
baby.
now? He said, "Oh, that's what you do." You're the doctor.
They seem like.
You can make faces.
I just feel old.
You haven't taken it for your man?
Yeah, it's right here.
I think I can.
Oh, I have it, it's up in the top.
You sure?
Yeah, well, nasal grab goes on the back. Oh, well, yeah, yep, I get that too. No fun. Whoa.
Doing a tail twister.
Watch it, guys.
Becky's been doing therapy,
Oh, I could use some money.
and she's been doing really good. She's getting more strength in her legs. On her legs,
Oh.
and it's harder to, but when you get up, stand still for a second.
You get your balance.
I know, but you know what
Next
I
week,
mean.
we're gonna.
We got two of them there.
We're gonna try and
One here for,
I'm at the-
oh, there.
off the floor.
Oh, wow.
No, because she never cried as a baby. She never had the strength in her arms. Oh, really?
Oh, thanks.
They call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all are.
Easy for you because you made them up.
That's true.
And I said, give it, that's a dog. I said, no, you can go play with the dog.
Yeah, I think that's why.
It's not white.
It might be a trick question.
Yeah.
Our animals live forever.
I'll take care of it, yeah. Who's gonna take it outside to go to the bathroom? Yeah.
Or whenever, the first thing in the morning, it's kind of low.
Yes.
They don't do that. They never have. And then I sometimes go out to, and then I think,
Oh, boy.
Fifty versus international anthem.
The questions have been very well researched, although the answers have come out.
Might have said on there. Maybe not. Excuse me.
Same thing you gave me today.
Oh, and I didn't have that. Look. That tomorrow morning. My food. Okay.
Well, I figure my score will be about 0.
You gonna get the first one?
I haven't traveled in France, I don't know.
We'll give you
Well, that's pretty good.
probably gonna want that.
One would think it would be white.
Oh, we got a lavender over here.
I went with green.
Never been there, but.
I went with green as well,
Did ya?
just for random,
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
Oh, gee. I left them, they brought me something to do.
no paperwork to ignore.
Oh, these are usually fun, I won't sometimes know them all, but.
And I think that 10 hours of research.
He sits on his computer.
When I see that one,
He basically looks at his computer.
high on my list.
on the first day, the teacher kindergarten class, we went to the teacher conference. Youngest one went to school, and she worked on his parents, and she kind of smiled, and she said,
You want me to take that?
well,
I got it.
yeah, he's different.
I need the exercise.
She said, I give him 4 or 5 minutes to tell all
No,
about
I don't want
what's going on in the world. She did, 20 minutes, I made him sit down.
Oh, okay, yeah, those,
Yeah, he said,
Before you get
I
home.
don't
Like
know,
you.
I haven't signed up for them either, for the official one in May, I haven't signed up for it. I will.
yeah, he's quite,
Not
yeah.
really, keep the name case, but I have to let everybody know. Otherwise, we'll wait till next week.
It looks bad on one side, said, don't worry about it.
That's what he does.
State convention is always the same weekend as the high school, it's 50+ years. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should get in the column.
17,
Yeah, I
think everybody's
think
done,
it's
uh,
great success, but like
25,
Cindy's class,
marking the
she's 5 years
papers.
behind me.
What about the first
Yeah, that number
one? Any
already-
I
ideas?
think they're fine.
Hey,
Pink.
Really?
Pink, I think the men would
that's what I
vote
was
for
thinking.
pink.
That's only because you've been there.
How about number 2?
B?
And what was number one?
Pink.
D.
Pink. And number two, any ideas?
D.
H.
B?
C.
C, the beard tax.
Beard?
Different.
Beard. Number three,
B.
C.
B.
B?
Really?
Did you say B or D?
One
B
above,
is
Wow, he is a boy.
one is behind for today then.
How about, number four, Texas?
Edward.
All of the above.
Correct, all above.
What happened to D that goes A, B, C, E?
You're right, I didn't catch that till right now. I'm gonna let it pass.
Not in this crowd.
Find the
You know, I
tail
can tell.
twister.
How about number five? B.
D.
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 Margaret Thatcher. Who was it?
Kelly Chapman.
Kelly Chapman?
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
How about number six?
B.
D?
C.
C, the frog.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
That's what I
yeah.
put first and then I changed
Number seven?
D.
B. B. Number eight?
B.
Too damn many anyway.
It's A, Greece. And number nine?
How do you
How do you pronounce that?
Yes.
I went with D.
It's C.
Oh my God.
I got 7 right.
Would you like to hear the rest of the story about why you have number 9? Our daughter got the answer right because we read these questions over the phone and she said, oh, it's C. And the reason is because Lynn has been moaning about not being able to get all brand since they've run out. You can't buy
You
it.
can't buy all brand.
So he's been talking about
The original.
this need for all brand.
And his daughter knew what that was?
Oh, yeah, because he talks about it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I told you I'd have to get it to you already.
Okay, we're gonna go on. Secretary's report. Doug?
Secretary's report is on the back of your minutes from January 26th. Unlike the ones that we sent out, there is a partial recording of the meeting where you can look at a bunch of auditorium chairs and the video, but you can hear it, so that's a good thing. So that's the only change that I made from the one we sent out.
Okay. Have a motion to accept the minutes?
I move we accept the minutes.
Jenny, second? Second. Lorraine, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Treasurer's report.
Just wanted to let people know that I'll be going to the Mason Community Services meeting tomorrow at noon, as I normally do. If anybody else wants to go to that, let me know. Karen and I normally do the Good Morning Masons. If they have the club do it again, maybe you can do the Good Morning Mason if you can. I'll see. But I'll let you know before it comes out.
Yeah, Jeff and I typically go, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can decide next meeting because it's the day before, it's the day after our next meeting.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep.
That's all. Thank you.
The community, that's all the organizations that get together, Doug?
Yeah, that's all the community organizations and churches. And they meet, right now, they meet at noon over a brown bag lunch kind of deal, at the Methodist Church.
If I wanted to just write a little blurb, how would I send it to them?
Probably better give it to me.
Okay. We already seconded and everything. We're done with that one. Treasurer's report.
Administrative account is $8,985.78. Gaming is $1,757.77. Donation account is $5,824.56. At our last meeting, we voted to make a club donation to Carol Hawkins Memorial, and I talked to Sid tonight, and he thinks that it's a good idea that we can buy a brick for Carol to go into, at the VFW home. So So it'll be Carol's name, and we'll see what other information we wanna put in the 3 lines of 18 characters that are available on the brick.
I had a question, Rich.
Yeah,
We had at one time, an account that had, remember when we had the house that we sold?
yeah, we don't report that, we still have that, and we've got a lot of money in it, we're gonna talk about that at the board meeting.
Okay.
But we don't report that in here, cause it's kind of, the
Okay, I just
decision's
had-
kind of been made, we don't wanna have that out all
Use
the
it, I
time.
just wanted to, we still
Yeah,
had it.
we've got 11,000 something in that. And we need to think about what we wanna do with it.
We'll go over and keep it.
You almost put a blue pill here.
February.
Anything else for the treasurer's report?
Move to accept? Second.
All those in favor? Opposed, same sign. Leo's report.
They did not have a meeting last week.
And I went to the one before that, they're working on making a decision about a group that they would like to collect stuff for and donate. They talked about Angel House, they talked about foster care. We're gonna do the animal shelter, cause they all love animals, however, another, like the 6th or 7th grade decided to do that instead, so they're kind of deciding. They have about 8 or 10 kids that come pretty consistently. Any questions? Jenny's going on February 11th, that's this Friday. I'm on the 18th of February, and Doug, you're going on the 25th.
And I'll collect their glasses then when I go.
Yeah, I don't know how many go have, but that's great. And I'd suggest you always call her or text her first, because otherwise school might get canceled. And this year, the last week of March is their spring break. It's a week earlier than normal. Okay, anything else, any questions? Then move on. Eyeglass collection drive is going on through February, anything else?
Did you see Doug on television today?
Oh, you know, was he on TV?
I was on TV, very nice thing. If you have Facebook, you can pull it up yourself. And if you wanna stick around after the board meeting, I'll be glad to go see on my camera.
What station?
It was on that,
TV
Studio
10.
10.
Their Studio 10 segment.
It was on early today because of the Olympics, usually it's on from 4 to 5.
Oh, nice.
But you can get that off of their website, and she's gonna email me the link for it too, so.
Nice, we have to put it in the minutes, and the link.
Will do.
Look it up, wonderful. Just for clarity, because we're gonna count all these glasses, can we take them on to the state office? Just have the numbers available for us? Are you sending them in, Doug?
I'm not doing anything but collecting glasses
Okay,
like this.
I can dig them in.
yeah,
When we have
Once we get them counted.
who do we have to, but we have to give them to somebody.
Yeah, there's a person that we have to turn the information.
I think you have to get a hold of Chad.
Chaz? Oh,
Chad is who I've contacted before and just set it up, and then I bring it into their account.
And make sure that you put our name on it and how many on the
Yeah.
box. And tape it shut, because other people drop some off and don't do that.
Yeah, I saw something recently, we're supposed to let Chrissy Andre know too. She is, one of the, I don't know what committee she's on at the district level, but she's the one that, maybe service, anyway. She's collecting that information from the different hubs too.
Yeah, because of the competition thing.
Yeah, I think she's the one to give the information to for the competition.
Okay. What's her name again?
Chrissy Andre.
Okay, okay.
I'll do that.
the other thing is that, maybe Karen, you sent me that, an email on it, but they are now taking glass cases? Is that-
Yes, okay, I talked to the guy who's been my contact over the years in Grand Rapids Lions Club, and he's the one that picks up the glasses from, the state office after we turn them in. Typically, they don't, for missions, they don't use the cases, but what he said is that they're clean. He has a separate mission on his own, so to speak, where they do take them and they have various things that they can use them for, but they do have to be clean.
Yeah, I think they put like needles and thread and.
Oh,
and
various
stuff
things,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
they give out.
Personal care kits and things like that, yeah.
I was telling Karen that, I got, just the lenses from somebody.
They don't want
They don't want those.
So Karen, do you know, are we supposed to separate the glasses from the cases?
yes,
All
it
right,
makes it a lot easier for them in Grand Rapids then.
so that's the only difference, so
Yeah.
because we've thrown out lots and lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
cases.
Yeah, and they didn't used to take them, but this is something he's got a
He's got.
personal thing that he's not doing.
Do we need to put his name on the glasses cases, or just
Mm-mm.
take him to the state office?
Yeah, and then they all go there. His name's Ken Adamy.
Yeah, we just need to separate from the glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Anything else? Okay, Doug, when you get done with your eyeglasses that you're collecting, is it just the school, or are you picking up any other ones?
I probably pick up the ones from, most of these came from, Mason Family Eye Care.
Lindsay's office,
Lindsay.
Dr. Lindsay.
And, then I'll get the ones from the places where I dropped off boxes. That would be the Modern Woodman, the library, the city hall, and Mason First United Methodist Church. And Amber took one over to St. James, but I haven't looked to see where they have it yet. But I'm gonna try to make sure that that weekend, I get to all those new places, and I'm hoping that Lynn can get the old places.
We're gone until Monday of the last week of February. So if you call us on Tuesday, maybe we can work
Okay,
it out.
then we better do it, yeah, we better get it done before then, so.
Well, I'm just thinking that you'll need to call us Tuesday if because you're not taking them up to the state office.
I can, if you're not gonna be around, I can do that.
I think you probably should do that, just take up what you collect and count them and send them to this Chrissy Andre. We'll take care of the ones that we have.
Okay,
Does that make more sense?
yeah, I can give these to you, and that.
Yeah, we'll count them all
Okay,
tonight.
good.
Okay, Strides for Diabetes event,
We had a online Zoom meeting with Doug and myself and Heather to get things rolling, and I think we got quite a bit foundational work done. Doug put together a initial letter to City Hall,
And you have a copy of it on the table.
and so,
I'll have to have Cindy sign it.
yep. So we'll get that out, the informational. Heather has got Ian County Health Department, it looks like they're excited to be involved. So that's good. I walked the proposed trail just before the snow, a week ago Monday, and it was, I think my GPS track was right about 2.25 miles round trip. So it's, a mile and an eighth down, mile and an eighth back. It starts at the water tower, which is where it's officially the Dart Foundation trailhead. Apparently Dart put money in to do that, and maybe threw money into the bridge that comes along there too. And then we'll walk down to where the trail crosses a bridge into the cemetery, and we'll turn around before the bridge. But where you're at, if, we wanna set up tables and maybe a pop-up tent or something down there at the turnaround, and it'd be easy to get to that through the cemetery. There's a little bit of parking, I think, on the far side of that bridge, the low road that comes down by the creek comes down along there. So we can come in from there to set up there. We're looking at safety issues. We'll check the trail condition a couple days before to make sure that trail's safe, that the creek hasn't flooded and some things like that. And we have established Sunday the 15th as a backup date in case of thunderstorms. So we'll go if it's a light rain. But if we look on Friday and they're predicting thunderstorms for Saturday, we'll probably cancel. Just out of sheer safety.
Date on that again? Date on that again?
May 14th,
Saturday the 14th.
Saturday, May 14th.
it's from like noon to 5. You need us noon to 5?
Yeah, 1 to 5, I think, is what
Yeah.
we've set it at. And it's, I think registration is 1 to 4.
Something like that, yeah.
It's- The expectation is that families may take up to an hour and a half to do the loop. When I walked it, I think my time was just under 45 minutes, but I was striding out pretty well. We want to talk about getting Leo's involved, and several options that potentially came up for involvement of the Leos. We've got 2 crossings along Howell Road that we've got to think about, and one is Kim Drive. I wouldn't think there's going to be much going on there on a Saturday, but you never know. And the other is railroad tracks, and I think we'll want to touch base maybe with the fire department to see if they know a train schedule.
I doubt it, I would be surprised.
Yeah, would you? Okay, so my thought is that we may want to have crossing guards at those 2 spots just in case. And then the other spot that might be fun for the Leos is there's that long stretch of bridge that goes on the wetlands just on the west side of Sycamore Creek. And a lot of times you go through there and there are turtles everywhere on the logs. And so one of the challenges or fun parts for the kids is going to be counting turtles. And we'll figure out a way to do a turtle chart or something like that when everybody gets back. It's not a competition, but it's just kind of a fun outdoors kind of thing.
There'll be little activities that we do at the
Yep.
various booths and stuff too. And then this is an example of the water bottle that we talked about last time.
Yeah, we're gonna get 100 of those. When the snow's gone, I think I'll wanna take a close look at the parking and setup potentials at the trailhead at the starting. Now, we may get more people than I thought out. I mentioned that I was distracted from a church thing working on this last night at a church meeting, and a bunch of people popped up and goes, "What are you talking, when's that gonna be?"
Well, the other thing you could do is have a sign up by the cemetery. You've got that big parking lot there, and they could do it the other way.
That parking lot is well down from it, so it's down from
Oh,
where we
okay,
start.
okay, I thought it came right up to that bridge, but it doesn't.
No, you're north of the sewage plant,
Okay,
where that bridge is.
Okay.
That's, the
Okay.
trail bridge is north of the sewage
Okay.
plant. That's the older access bridge that's
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
That's a possibility, certainly worth considering that we could have a starting there as well, so we'll look at that.
Yeah, we could have some activity forms at
Yeah.
wherever we're at, so that worked out fine.
Because that's right down by the community garden.
right.
And
You've got
if
that big parking lot
the
there.
community garden wanted to get involved in this, which is not a bad idea, I don't know who does that.
I can ask.
They could handle that end of it, because that whole fresh vegetable thing is very much within what we're talking about in terms of, diabetes awareness and its prevention, is quality food.
Do we don't know what the city, we have to get permission from the city yet, right?
You have to sign 2 copies of that letter so that I can send it into the city.
That'd be fine.
Okay?
I
But,
did
so we're
take,
waiting on that. The other thing I'm wondering about is you talked at all about insurance. Do we need that
Yes.
liability or accident or?
I went out, I pulled the insurance information down from Lions International. And I sent copies out to Doug, there's a link to that. I think I sent you copies of it too. And from what I can tell, we're covered on what we're doing on this. This is the kind of stuff that insurance covers. There's a checklist for insurance that we're working through and making sure that we're checking off safety and things like that. That's one of the areas, you're looking at the crossing guard section of it.
So you'll keep us posted.
Yeah, some other things that came up is that we want to make sure that people at both ends of the trail have got cell phones, can be in contact with each other, and 911. potentially have somebody on a bicycle, just kind of going back and forth slowly on occasion, just in case somebody's having issues in between.
That'd be a good job for a Leo with a cell phone.
Yep. So yeah, that's a good question, asking about insurance. And so that's out there. I think it's mentioned in your letter.
Mentioned in the letter,
Yeah, it's mentioned in the letter.
Because they always, that's the first thing they say, is we need this insurance certificate.
Yeah,
And so I kind of answered that question for them initially, but when we get the permission, then we have to file it with them.
yeah.
When I
So-
worked for 4-H, if it was a 4-H activity, the volunteers were covered by liability insurance, but they also offered some kind of accident insurance. It was an event type of accident insurance. Do Lions offer that at all?
Lions has got an extension that you can apply for depending on what type of event you're doing. We'd have to look a little closer at that, but those documents are all there on International. I think I pulled copies down of all that, so.
Seems like we might wanna check on that, cause if you get somebody who doesn't have insurance and they twist their ankles, then it becomes an
Yeah,
issue.
we'll make sure we have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the liability, the accident.
so there's that. I mean, you know, we're not having a rock concert. We don't have a beer tent.
It's
Those
not a
are-
real race.
Yeah, there's, you know, it's not a tractor pull, you know, it's not a snowmobile race. All those things, Lions doesn't want anything to do with. You're gonna buy your own insurance for that stuff.
What's the fun then?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fun, but
I wasn't around then.
Walking around.
Yep,
So you keep us posted as we move along.
yep.
Great. Okay, the poker room in March. Is that the Texas Hold'em?
yes, he's got a couple more slots. The late night ones will tend to on Friday and Saturday. We have nobody signed up. And, just sign up.
Start back here and pass it around again.
Okay. Then we're moving along. Let's find something. The next things have to do with speakers. And we have Karen and Doug on for
Next week,
23rd of February.
meeting.
And then in March, we have someone from LCC Aviation. In April, we have a free meeting on April 13th. We do not have a speaker at that time, so if you have somebody that you think might want to be a speaker, let me know. And then on the 27th, we have the CEO from McLaren Hospital that's coming, John Patterson. He lives here in Mason. Rich did a great job of putting together the Mason Lions schedule.
Did anybody else sign up for that Kids Site program this Saturday? I mean, they're learning to,
Oh, on Saturday, there's a training program for Kids Psych. Jenny's going. Is anybody, and Karen? Anyone else? Okay. Okay, so it looks like we do have one or two program openings through the rest of the year, so if there's something that you'd like. The Mason Lions Forum is virtual, it's on February 26th. Anything else about that?
They would like you to sign up for it,
So if you're gonna go,
but it's online, so.
Yeah, if they haven't already sent out a blast, you should be getting something, an email inviting you to register. You can also go to the Lions of Michigan website and register.
great,
As of the other day, we had 86 people signed up.
well, that's nice. You already talked about the training for the KidSite project. Anything else? Any other updates with that?
just that Melinda's going to help also.
Oh, okay. And Doug,
I do appreciate those of you who either purchased tickets or taken tickets tonight. If you haven't yet, I will find you, I will seek you out, and I will send some to you. And then you can give them back to me unsold if you wish, but you're gonna have some in your hand anyway. Because I know everybody's address. I have stamps. You can send them to me.
Other items, I just remind us, May 14th is for the walk. The weekend before is spring fling, and we are planning on doing spring fling, so.
The booth is all set, we got it all taken care of.
All right. What is it, 9 to
I think it's 9 to 3 now.
9 to 3?
They're having that memorial, you know, we're not having a convention, but they're still doing memorial for the people that passed away.
Uh-huh.
We should get something in for Jerry Smith.
Yeah.
And then ask his kids and wife if they'd like to attend. It's $20 for the meal. In the past, we have paid for the family to go to the meal.
And who does that?
Either Karen or I can, I mean, I don't know. For Jerry Smith
Oh, yeah,
Memorial,
I'll be going to that, it's on March what?
March 19th.
Yeah,
But we should put something in for Jerry.
yes, we should.
And we should get a hold of his family and see how he
Yeah.
would like to go.
As far as submitting something, normally the club secretary does that, so if Doug would take care of that,
Yeah, I'll go through the
okay?
information.
Maybe we can get a picture.
You've been ready to go.
Pictures
Yeah.
sometimes.
Where does the memorial take place?
It's going to be at the Ramada Inn on the west side of Lansing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What they're gonna do on that event is something like, it's gonna take parts of our old district convention and do them, because we're not, our official district convention is combined with the state convention this year. And that doesn't let you do your memorial service and your luncheons and things like that. So that March 19th is gonna be the memorial service, it'll be a lunch and, brunch in the morning, I think, as well, and then a service project and, maybe a couple presentations.
And then the luncheon will be the memorial.
I don't remember if it's before or after.
I don't remember, they just said it was a $20 meal charge.
Yeah, and then the breakfast is free.
Mhm.
So do we need a motion to pay for the family to attend the memorial?
So moved.
Second? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. And so Doug's gonna take care of sending in the information to the state Lions office, and Jenny or Karen, who's gonna get in touch with the family?
I can.
Okay. We talked about the sweepstakes, I just talked about spring fling. New business. One thing I mentioned, I don't know if Richard, if you're going to that Vevay Township Recreation meeting?
I've got it on my calendar, although curiously, I went back in to try and, I'd seen the information on it, when I went back in a couple days later, I can't find any information on it.
No,
And it's not on the calendar,
I got something, so I'll send it to
so I'm
you.
gonna have to holler at it or something like that.
Yeah, but I have something that I got an email. What this is that Vevay Township is, doing a 5-year recreation plan. And they have, they are going to put in a grant to fund the recreation plan. And the only thing, what they're working on is around the township hall in Vevay Township. Who lives in Vevay Township here? Lorraine? Okay, and us. They've been having some meetings, about this recreation plan, because they're gonna do what they're thinking of doing is putting a walk around the township hall. They're gonna upgrade the baseball diamonds and the soccer fields and put in some new picnic tables and those kinds of things. And they're thinking about putting in pickleball courts. And that's why I went, because that was what my interest is. And they are gonna ask service clubs to put in a letter of support for this recreation plan, supporting the idea that they're going to apply for county and state dollars. Because right now, I don't know if you realize it or not, but you have been paying some extra taxes, I think, for recreation in the state. And so this money has been built up, and now they're giving it out. And they have been. other communities have received these dollars, and so this is a way for us in this area to get back our dollars. So I was wondering if we could send a letter of support for their recreation plan when they put in their grant. Any
Sure.
comments?
Why not?
Okay, you might be asked also by the city of Mason, because I guess they're doing it too, but I haven't heard it.
Doing it for Rainier. They already did light on third, we're doing it for Rainier right now.
But are they putting in a grant?
They will be.
It's due March first, so they might come back and ask us. Yep, Rich.
So one thing to note, that meeting is on our club meeting night.
Oh,
So I'll have to make arrangements to get the check. I either be late coming in here or have to make sure that I get the check to somebody so we can,
oh, for dinner,
for dinner, yeah.
okay.
So I may be missing the next meeting unless you want to assign somebody else to sit in there.
In the recreation meeting?
Yeah.
I don't know, somebody else wanna go? Not seeing anybody, Rich?
Yeah. So you'll be missing me, but you know, I'm on Lions business.
Yes, yes, support us well, get those pickleball courts. And also, next, Lynn and I are leaving February 20, we won't be back until the following Monday, so we will not be here at the end, that last meeting, and Karen is going to preside over your meeting as first vice president. And that's everything, except the 50-50 draw, the joker draw, and then after we count the classes, we need to have a board meeting. So, 50-50 or joker?
Joker draw. $298.
Whoa.
And last three numbers are 368. 368.
363.
Okay,
Ron.
nobody, we'll draw it again. What'd you have?
363.
Oh, man, you're,
I'm right there.
oh, here's $1.
Okay. That's all right.
Probably one.
Pretty good odds there.
I know, not many left.
No.
Pretty good odds there.
Oh, wow, huh? Not that one.
Joker?
Queen of Spades.
Oh, wow.
And the pot bills.
Where was the show?
He didn't put it in.
Right next to him.
Nope, it was almost on top again.
Wow.
You had to pay attention,
Okay, Tony, want to draw one of these? 50-50's worth $13 tonight.
Joe. There you go.
Last three numbers are 580.
Thank you.
Holy moly.
580.
Got it.
Well, now you can.
583.
Put it back in there.
580.
Here's the Joker money.
Hmm?
13
Put it
bucks.
back in there. 13?
13, yep.
Okay, that was the fun part of the evening, now we get to work. So clean up all of your tables.
Here.
Lynn is
Here's all of it.
gonna get gloves if you want gloves or our car.
That's the whole $26 from the, do I get that to you?
No, to Rich. I get half
No,
of it.
you get,
You give it.
He's donating it back, so yeah.
we don't have to sort glasses for kids or anything.
No, all you gotta do is count them.
them.
Oh, was this just the phone?
You need to count it.
No.
I didn't know how you did it, but I bought some freezer bags to put from the freezer.
Oh, so I'm gonna, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
All those in favor? Aye, we're adjourned. That doesn't mean you can't work.
Thank you.
We were adjourned.
If we put that word on our local president, didn't
You should see the fun we had doing the whole one, you put the green into the.
we? You say.
Where do we start? Just grab a box?
$10. Got to go through the wall.
It'll be 11 by the time they change.
Really?
Well, the outside wall.
It'll be 11 by the time they change.
Holy mackerel.
Into the wall.
Hold it down. Hold it to the wall.
Nothing like having fun, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, Kenny?
Here, we'll need one sheet of paper, sit between that to write down how many glasses.
Okay.
Whoa. So you guys getting ready to start planting?
Yeah.
We've been getting ready since we got done harvesting.
Trouble is getting parts to finish up and get it
Are they coming in at all?
There's a box up there.
Oh, I'll be done right out there.
There's more boxes here.
Yep, there's a whole lot of boxes.
So we are counting.
I'm right here.
Are we supposed to go through like 10s or 20s or anything?
That's what I was wondering, if I bought some of these.
I should take a smaller
That's the
box.
way notice it.
What are we doing now? They don't care at the state office of Grand Rapids, it's something we've done just as a convenience in the past, just to make it easier to recount it.
Counting now?
Yeah,
I took a big box.
25,
The whole box, yeah.
and then count up the difference.
We're not discounting them, we're not putting them in plastic bags or nothing?
No, all
We
you
don't have to do that anymore. I got some extra boxes.
Like
Let me
put
grab a
them
couple
piles
extra
of
boxes.
10 and
Here's
then
some.
count them like that.
Sunglasses don't come by.
Maybe I'll go in there and see if I can
Take
get
it
it.
back. All we gotta do is $500 a piece, so.
One box for that.
Don't need to sort of.
Hearing aids.
Here, this is a fancy dancing one.
Yes.
Michael Kors.
Something that's different, they'll take sunglasses now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they'll take sunglasses, but they don't want glasses.
Yeah.
I put them in piles of 10, yeah. And that,
And also take this for leaders, because some people just,
yeah, they'll take all the
Put them in
glasses,
piles of 10 or something and.
but just not lenses.
Yeah, broken ones are okay because they're going to go for the second.
Also, they'll take the sweat.
The only thing they don't want at all is the,
Lenses.
lenses.
Change those things.
Okay, and then, oh, what's this one? What is it?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they put this, they can use that. Yeah, they get money from somebody in California.
No, it's not.
Just put them all together.
How's it going? Who's going?
No. Keep it even.
That's not what's in the box, so. Oh, yeah.
That's what you need.
Okay. These are those.
Guy on,
Yeah, I got channel.
Alright. Now, these are all empty. They're not in front right now. These are not funded. He didn't say anything about the tissues. I'll just put them there and it'll be a clean box. Oh. We have a bag for these. You know what, let's put them in, the box. Oh, no, they're only in the box. Oh, it's a bag.
Think about
so, got 18 here.
Okay, we have it in the box.
Yes, they got one.
I'll go out with Mark.
Is that in this box? Okay, so what we do, count what we have here. Kind of cool box. Make that a call.
You have a, one of
You got any scrap paper? You got some.
I had 195.
Why is that? Baker, right?
Called it plug outdoors.
Figured out, right?
There's a bag.
100, 150, 200, 250.
You wanna mark it on here?
What'd you say you had?
Okay, tell them.
195.
Put them back in that box, right? So 90, take your, put your 90 in.
No,
Okay. There's 50 of us, and I got the bag. Okay? So you got 140.
Yeah. You know, average per glass is.
Okay, we've got lots of the bottles here. Everybody needs them. Oh, we have a package. But they'll hold it.
I would keep me, I'd play.
Probably one there and there, brand new.
What was the difference?
Like your teeth, I really need more.
Really?
Oh, my daughter, her boyfriend there, his dad died before his glasses came to him.
Yeah, if they're a missing one, it's okay. They get money.
I got a white one.
Okay.
So why, I said they broke, that's what, clean up the thing, well, Carnival, those, you got any more?
Oh, then I'll change the number.
Big ones. Bigger last ones, I got
Just simplify separately.
Calculation of what we get.
But you've been given
You got a belt marker?
Cindy does.
Hey, yeah, it's perfect. It's right here.
Well, there's some real expensive, you get $3 or $4.
Are you done?
Around a little bit, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll visit him in a bag.
We had to move in there.
At the meat counter one day, and the lady, you know, I had letters on my neck. She, but I got some fancy ones, yeah.
In Arizona.
Lights come on.
West Virginia.
She goes, it costs $29.
Yeah.
That's probably about the highest.
Yes.
We're not paying. We have a doctor that is over. Hearing aids go.
Yeah, they
in.
All you gotta do is read
Okay, so then you got a call.
Yeah, changes that
Right,
time.
you just need to write it down, it doesn't matter what's on the box.
We were
You
there,
don't need to write it
I
on the
think
box.
it's July, and we went down the fourth floor. We did all the stuff down.
Okay, that's fine, you know how many's in that box.
Started in March, and it was hot dinner.
Just put in there.
Well, I get by.
Okay, so that's enough.
130,
Pick me up. Door like that last time.
That's fine, that's fine, I don't care.
He lives down the street. So he's going down the street.
Those are done, so
No.
just put them by the
He
door.
lives down
Then
on
take
Paul
them back to our
Boulevard.
car.
He
Okay.
Oh, all right.
throws me out and I goes down there and eats
Somebody,
dinner.
we have other people that come out, so.
Pay for it.
No, you got,
Remember, she
Jenny's
dinner
got
here,
some.
but.
Oh, she got it on there.
Looks like they got
These are
pots over there.
80, 90, 100. So this is something. We have 170.
Good, otherwise it's screwed.
What'd you say?
Corner and then I'll add those.
They start them all by.
You guys done?
Yeah, 288.
Well, it's worth more if you got it put over there. There's that whole pile in there, so,
You guys still have some in Eaton County?
Yeah.
Didn't you comment? No.
You here, left here.
well, you got them all, it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay, and I've got 10 here.
What? So what's the story on ordinary sunglasses?
They want them.
They want them?
Yep,
Okay.
because they give them to people in Equatoria, for example, cut down on their. Thank you.
Plastic or vinyl down or something on the whole thing.
All right.
Two more loose lenses.
Lose it all out.
I got 30 here.
Okay, we're starting over towards 80, so
So I lost that here. You guys still need some over there?
no,
I got 30, so just hang on.
Cindy, you're gonna come.
I seen,
again,
What's it?
Hi.
400.
last week.
200.
Seems like you
You want me to say? Yeah. 3. Well, we'll add.
Oh, I think, except for, most of all, I think you kind of compared to begin with, but
You want to throw them out?
you can change a bit.
You got the three?
Open any more of those
You
boxes.
got the three?
Nope, I got it now.
Store, I can write it out here.
Put that one aside.
no, I don't have them added up.
What am I supposed to do? It's 30.
Do you guys need help adding or counting over there?
We gotta
They did count.
count up our bag.
Well, that's right, needs the bank.
Different amount.
Are we needing more over here to count?
No, we just have to add up the
Come together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Come on,
There you go.
come on, come on.
Hey, Jenny. These all need to be counted yet?
No, they're all
Oh,
counted.
okay.
How many people?
We're just adding up bag
Okay.
totals.
I can't get it.
Well, sometimes it says, all right.
You got it for sure.
People call,
Yep, you
sometimes
gotta fill that little zipper.
get them a
Talk to a different
these,
guy.
right?
No, see, you just have to
Oh, you gotta get
feel,
to,
feel
yeah.
that right there.
Yeah.
You get that there, and then you
Oh,
zip
I'll
right
remember
on.
that next time. Oh, okay.
What time did she say?
394, I added, right? Somebody will have to double check me.
No.
Did you get all these too? Yeah, okay. Yeah, 394.
Board meeting.
Oh, I don't know, I think I'm on board.
That snack guy. I know, he doesn't want to watch.
Goes to a gun show.
You don't know that anybody.
Oh, it sells? Sells?
No, it seems to say paying to throw them out,
Well,
but one more.
That's a retirement list on it.
And one
Oh, here's one more.
You ever go out to retirement?
Yeah, some of those spots have been out of there.
I haven't been up there.
I'm sure we do need to store it out.
Probably got three or four hundred. Guns out
Unless you
there.
want it in your house.
Yeah, that was just a month
I
ago I
didn't
was
think
out there.
so.
He sold them.
No, they're still up there. You got them up above
I
the,
think he sold 2 guns this time, but maybe sells ammunition now.
No, kiddo?
I wouldn't imagine anything up there is really much cheaper or,
Oh,
really,
yeah.
it's valuable, so.
He's got some good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of handguns.
All right.
How much?
You got rid of some that you had to buy
Buy
back.
back.
Which box has $394?
They're not even get some.
Which box has $394?
Hey, Dave.
That's already.
You sold 2 bottles of ammunition for me.
What?
Which box we're writing on the outside?
450?
Oh.
For caliber.
394.
For which box, this box?
25 or fire.
Together.
Okay, oh, the back and bag.
You bought them with a bunch of 20 shells.
I guess.
You didn't have a rifle for them.
Wait a minute, this box.
Let's go with
I don't know. I counted up the entire collection together.
You got another package?
Yeah, we got
Yeah, he needs to cut, that's why he got the little one. You didn't do many guns, I think.
have one more.
No,
Okay.
There you go. Just a bag of
a lot of them, they sold 2 guns, too.
That's cases. Well,
Okay, I'll play on
this
the
is 160 so far.
What, 160?
I was amazed, I saw an old Winchester, one of those old boards from the 1880s or early 1900s, that had all the calibers with the bullets.
Okay, this will make
And I was amazed at how many different calibers
okay, that's
from way back when. I mean, oh yeah.
150.
Over the years, yeah. Some fall out of favor, some
That little golf course.
These two is 154.
Okay, that's all cases.
This is case, so
Yeah.
it's 150.
Yeah.
About this shot.
And I hope that they have the word about the cases in the state office because I've got.
You can only play 9 holes a day. That's good enough.
Cutting boards.
He hasn't communicated that with the state office, they get thrown out anyway.
Butcher blocks are great, but
Board meeting?
I know, what faster I thought it was
what do
gonna
you
go.
want to bring up? Pine.
Board meeting?
That board meeting.
Oh, yeah.
I got cherry inserts, I got.
I know.
There's probably 5 bucks.
I don't know. I think all my bucks.
Just empty box. No, I
Debbie
don't.
likes to golf.
You said, you
Probably
name
more
it,
than
you,
more.
I name it, and you.
I got a piece of here, what you could use.
Even on the head.
They call it,
Want some iron ones?
9 holes every day or one every day.
Piece is about this big around.
Yeah, that's less.
Do we know how many's in this one?
Yes, we got them all.
288.
Our board meeting is called to order.
Now, how many classes did we do?
On there?
The grand total was
Much play as they used to, anybody does.
1,651.
Wow.
Good job, guys.
But,
That's 500 times 500 when you buy them new.
Oh, here we go.
Harper, I know.
More of these, more of these. 288.
That's all they probably golf or
Hey, Ron,
Dave Carpenter.
I got some of that too, like.
You don't
Okay.
golf anymore.
The 2 things we need to talk about is this Hall of Fame
I can't play good anymore.
and,
I don't have a spreadsheet.
then the treasures.
Always down.
Not right.
Hello, folks. Harry. We have to have a board meeting. There's 2 things that I know of, the Hall of Fame and Rich has some stuff about our bank account. So, to talk about the Hall of Fame, I sent it out to the board that we had 2 people that, had put forward to be nominated, Karen and Stan Jordan. Karen has now, and what this,
a suggestion was made that we put Stan's forward this year and Karen's next year. And Karen has, withdrawn her nomination with the understanding that it would go next year. Like,
Or maybe it'll never go forward, but whatever.
no, I think
Well,
Karen,
well,
both of them
you need to know that there's only one that can be given to a person who's living.
right.
From the
With a
district.
street.
From the
Well,
district.
the district can nominate
District.
one, and then it goes to a committee from the, foundation,
Okay,
and they do the final voting. Yeah.
oh, all right. But I mean, I'm sending one at a time makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
because of that.
Right. It's one person that's living and one person that's deceased. That's how that's what.
Well, I was reading this,
Yeah.
it's 3-1.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, the paperwork has all been done, there's a few minor changes in it, and so I can, if it's fine. We have a motion to put Stan's nomination forward for the Hall of Fame. Second, Dave, all those in favor? Opposed, same sign. The second thing has to do with our bank account, and I'll turn it over to Rich.
Well, the first thing, I think before we get to that, we didn't get to
Oh, right.
this. And I've been searching, I cannot find any sign that we made a donation to them since, 2017, which is as far back as I can go.
So, and what is they?
So this,
They had this,
Capital Area Community Services Walk for Warm. 100% of the money raised from our Walk for Warm fundraiser goes to payments for heat-related assistance for area residents.
had one of those.
Rural Ingham
Long
Service
coast
Center
over-
serves
overseas.
Gainesville, Eaton Rapids, Hazlet, Hope, Leslie, Mason, Oakland,
Elon,
Huntington,
different one.
Stockbridge, Williamston, and Williamston. So
The
rural areas outside
The one
the
he
city
had.
of Lansing.
Wasn't a very good coat, had buttons missing.
Their office is over on Maple Street here.
Yeah,
Somebody must
So
have
this
taken
money
my-
stays
is
in
the
this
last one.
rural area, in the rural areas
Right.
outside of Lansing, is that what it is?
I hardly ever wear them anywhere.
In the
Let them
past,
take
if
them off.
you went back, how much did we?
Cause it's so
give?
easy to,
We didn't.
No, you said
it's so
before
easy to,
217.
somebody
I
pick one
can't,
up.
no, I can go back as far as
I gotta check it.
2017. I've got no information
Close to
before
40,
that.
50 years old.
So, to my knowledge, we haven't given them anything. This will be the first time. But before that, there's no record available to me.
See where he said,
Like, it starts out a value past donor, but
They sent one letter to the Jordans and another one to the Russ. So. they-
I don't know what that means.
Well, he's on the list.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It doesn't-
Once you're on the list, you're on.
Yeah.
That was worth.
So there's a registration to walk,
All right.
$30 to register. If anybody, this is dates, Saturday the 26th, which is the same date as the virtual Michigan Symposium and also my Asaba River paddle.
Well,
So
I
it's
move,
not a donation, it's a,
well, yeah, it's a donation.
Yeah.
They want a donation from
Yeah.
us. I move we give them $50.
I don't think we've ever given them any more than that.
we have a second? Dave?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
$50?
yep.
I'm gonna see her tomorrow. Check.
Okay, we'll do that then. All right, now, the next thing, which I don't think we want to make a decision on tonight, but I want to get this out in front of the club to be thinking about what we want to do. We've had this savings account since we flipped the house back in 2005. So probably since somewhere in early 2006, that account has been in existence. We've got $11,016.44 right now in it. And I can see twice where previous treasurers have moved $50 or $100 out just to keep the account alive. It's been 16 years, folks.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking that we should start coming up with a plan for making use of this. I don't think we need to come up with a plan tonight, but I think that's something that the club should be looking for, and that may be something we wanna do at our spring planning meeting.
Okay.
It is to be leading towards that, to make a decision.
Okay, so like, what kind of a plan? What would you,
That's, what does the club wanna do with it? What do I wanna do with it? I think that we should be finding ways to spend it, rather than sit on it for 16 years. But that's up to the club to decide.
I know at one time we decided not to do anything because they said if the dues went too high, we had several people that probably would not be able to remain in the club, and that was there as a backup in case.
Yeah, and right now, as long as we're able to work the MSU football games, we've got too much money in our admin account right now. So we've got excess over requirements for meals and dues in the admin account right now. Now, that said, if we quit showing up at MSU, then that's a whole other story, but, it's what the club wants to do.
Well, maybe we wanna consider spending some of it and deciding on what a reserve would be.
Yeah.
$5,000 reserve
Yeah.
that we keep in there, I made that up,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Just make a cap on something and keep it in as a reserve so that if we need it, but in the same respect, then maybe find something that's more permanent than just giving it out as a donation.
yeah.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Oh.
We should make some kind of a contribution to the city of Mason or immediate area that is permanent, that people can look at and say, wow, White Falls Mason line is nice, or even if they don't say that, there's something that we've done to make this a cool place.
Something that we get our name on.
Yeah.
They're looking at things for Rainier Park right now, I can find out if there's anything that they've got in mind.
Well, I'd rather go with Hayes Park,
Yeah. I would
because
too.
they have, Hayes Park has a basketball hoop that has basketball area that needs to be refinished, and then of course personally, they have a pickleball court. Right, and they have tennis
Well,
courts.
I have to find out what their plans are for Hayes, cause all I heard was they're doing one park a year.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I'd rather hold off and do it for Hayes Park than Rainier Park.
Well, let me find out when they're doing it.
Hayes Park has, you got, how many of those people are there, kids, and people stop by. It's very visible, where if we were to put something at Hayes Park, it would be more visible than at Ringer Park. That's my-
Hayes
It
is
could
the
get
one
lost
that's
in
over next to
Rainier,
the
is what you're
highway.
saying.
Right, Hayes is next to the highway. They have tennis courts right now that they're refinishing, that's in their plan to refurbish. They have a basketball area that is used all the time. Anytime we're there at night, in the summer, spring and summer, fall, it's used and it needs to be finished. They have a sliding hill that's used now in the wintertime.
Yes.
They have softball fields that aren't used at all, that I think they could turn into soccer fields, but that's just me. And they have a bath.
I thought they used the base softball.
Nobody plays there anymore, they don't have any teams.
They haven't played in 3 years up there.
Yeah,
Oh, haven't they really?
no,
No, they haven't played down here either.
softball has gone out, pickleball's in.
Well, let's blacktop the whole thing.
That's right, play forever.
That's more visible for everybody, and they know it's there.
What is that, Ray?
I'm kind of in favor of the Hayes Park that you're talking about, because that is used a lot.
It is used, yeah. I
On
never knew it was
weekends,
until
on
we
weekends, you
started.
go down there, there's family reunions, picnics,
Oh,
and in the
yeah,
summertime,
rebellions.
it's busy, and in the evening time until dark, there's no lights down there.
Yeah.
But until dark, while the kids are out there, I mean, kids, and that's what we're all about, and the place is packed with playing basketball.
I think
and-
that's a good idea.
But I
That'd be a
will-
good opportunity.
I do think that whatever we do, we should try to spend enough money so that we get our sign up that says sponsored by the Mason
Oh,
Lions.
of course.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So that opens up, if we find that direction to go, we've got this money that can go into it, and we could fundraise for something that goes beyond that if we wanted to.
I think it would be great if Doug, when he goes to his meeting, if he talks about that, you know, we're thinking of this for Hayes Park. I do have mutual,
Yeah.
it's my own interest, but anyway.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about this to get it out, so we started thinking about what we wanna do. Do we wanna hang on to it more? Do we wanna spend it? I think we have to get the conversation going.
So we'll talk about it in the spring?
Must have missed her. I see.
Yeah, talk about it among us up till now, and come up with ideas of what to do. We've heard 4 or 5 different ones tonight.
And there might be some more that others
You
have.
know, I mean, some of it is, you know, sits there as a backstop. I mean, we got through pandemic so far better than a lot of clubs did, I think.
I'm surprised, cause I think we were scared.
And we were able to make a number of our donations, just because of the good funding that we've had. And so much of that has come from, you know, the poker games and working MSU.
Right.
But we've been, I mean, the people that put that together, the people that show up for that have kept us, basically put us in the position we're in, which is really,
This phone I won't have
I
forever.
think, I haven't, you know, you folks that hang out at the state level probably have a better feel for how some of the other clubs have done through this, but we're in great shape.
Yeah, and just recently heard of some sections of the state, and I think more north than otherwise, basically the whole county might have shut down with their Lions clubs. Not totally shut down, but the clubs haven't met since COVID started. Apparently there's a lot of that up in the northern areas.
Well, no tourists and fundraisers, so.
But they haven't even met as
They
clubs.
live off the summer.
Yeah, they haven't even had club meetings.
Yeah.
Ken?
Saw, I think on Facebook, I'm not sure, Facebook and I don't get along too good, but, the Optimus Club.
Oh, I saw it too.
Raising
I saw it too.
$18,000
Yeah.
for scholarships
Yeah,
Oh, really?
for this year.
But you gotta remember, they're the friend of youth,
Yeah.
so they
Right.
give more scholarships than
Wow.
we do.
It's not a suggestion or anything like that, it's just that I saw that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
it's
said,
fascinating.
where did they get that money, is what I wanted to know.
Well, they did magic shows.
Well, it's not bad.
I don't know,
It's
I
got-
don't know where they got their money, but anyway.
It's gotta be things
Somebody
like
gave-
the
somebody
the
donated
sports day
it.
for youth that they do, I don't know.
But anyway, that's what they're working on right now. You know, that's more money than we got, but.
And I think scholarships are very valuable.
Yeah, we do.
Well, you know, I think they are too, but, the year that I passed them out when I was president, one kid got $40,000, way back then,
Yeah,
for one college, so he got a 4-year right back then.
yeah.
And that was the first year that they had $1 million that Mason gave out in scholarships
Hmm.
for the high school.
Yeah,
Well, the counselors normally do a better job than that.
spread them out.
Yeah, they spread them out.
Yeah.
You get a few kids who get some specialized stuff that shows up.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought we ought to,
I think that's,
everybody ought to know
Yeah.
about that.
yep, I think that's
I'm
good
not
to
saying
know.
we ought to do that.
When Karen and I go do a presentation for them, we'll find out.
Okay.
There you go.
I will tell you that for 2020, the year that COVID hit, we were one of the few clubs that were able to provide the club scholarships.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's what we heard from the school. They were just so pleased between 2020 and 2021 that we were able to live up to our commitments.
Are we still giving $1,000 scholarships?
Yes.
I think that's good.
Was it 2
There
over 3?
wasn't as many last year.
Two plus whatever we've got internally,
Yeah.
children, grandchildren, now at point, mostly grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
I got one coming this year again.
I do.
So those are all things to keep in mind. Think about whether we wanna have a cap that we keep in the bank at all times, so that that's back, you know, security, and then what else we wanna do with it.
Well, let's start softball again.
Right, watch me.
Oh, you gonna be the pitcher?
He's a catcher.
Small pitcher.
Okay, so that's what we're doing at the June picnic. We're having it down at Hayes Park. We're gonna play softball.
There you go.
And then the next day, we're going to the hospital.
I was about to say, you got the ambulance already scheduled?
I was gonna say, just have an ambulance standing by.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, need a couple of them.
So in the, what is it, 16 years, how much interest have we made on that? Probably $200 maybe?
It's in the savings account, so that tells you something.
How much it
Yeah,
was.
we're making 1/10% a year lately.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what everybody's paying.
2-4, I mean, we made last year, the last 4 payments, roughly $11, maybe $11.50. Big interest.
That's per quarter.
It's, the last payment was $2.77 for a quarter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they aren't paying you very much.
No,
Nobody is.
Nobody Nobody's paying that anyway, that's all they're paying is 10%.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I thought we did that one.
So I don't know if you have to adjourn your board meeting.
Yeah, all in favor, aye, any opposed, the door's
We'll
open.
do, headed to DC tomorrow.
Thanks for coming, and see you next,
It'll be
the
gone
next meeting will
10
be
days.
here, so.
We're gonna go down and move David, and then we're gonna spend the rest of the week down by the Smithsonian about, within walking distance of the Smithsonian, so.
Working at home?
Yeah, we hope so.
I thought at one point he was leaving.
Okay.
He talked it. Okay. But then he got thinking about his bonus, he couldn't stay home. So,
Oh, yeah.
but he can work just at home? Yeah. Does he do any travel?
If you want, you can have it.